So what's up? Today I'm up here in Rockland Lake State Park, up in Rockland County, and I was eating breakfast this morning with my friend Audrey, my bestie, my best bestie, my dear friend, and we had some good food and some deep conversation as always, and it just kind of inspired me to make this video because I've had something on my mind lately that I wanted to share, and so here I am. And it's really windy out here, so I hope the sound on this is pretty good. So anyway, I've been thinking about a conversation that I had with another friend of mine the other day about art and creating art and the meaning of art, and if art should have to mean anything. Like, what is the reason that you create a play or a film or a song or photographs or a dance piece or a sculpture or whatever your preferred version of art is? Why did you do it? Do you have to have a reason to do it? And I thought about this because my friend the other day was like, you know, Rock, why does it have to be about anything? I mean, there are plenty of people who just create mind-numbing work. They're totally fine with that, and there are plenty of people who are fine with receiving that kind of work too. And I was like, huh? Like, seriously? I mean, I don't want to be judgmental or anything like that, but I just know from myself, if I, for example, go to a movie, okay? And it's getting kind of sunny now all of a sudden. If I go to a movie and I feel like that movie was about nothing, that's going to kind of bug me a little bit. But, you know, that's my opinion, you know what I mean? But if I find out that the person who created that movie intended it to be about nothing, like just was like, hey, I'm just trying to, you know, create a mind-numbing experience. Like, it ain't about anything. I don't care what you feel. Doesn't make a difference. It's nothing. It's water. It's milk. That's going to kind of bother me. You know, like, why did you ask me to spend even a second of my time or my money, but most importantly, my time? Like, why did you ask me to be here? Because I learned, and I believe, that if people are nice enough to come receive your art, to come to your play, to read your book, to buy your album, to whatever, to buy your painting, to come to your gallery showing, I mean, you should intend to provide them with something meaningful, you know? I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I mean, I think actually as artists, I think we actually have this incredible opportunity to, like, kind of raise the bar a little bit in this world. You know, like, maybe, you know, bring a whole lot of people from all kinds of different places together. Like, you know, I'm going to use myself as an example. Like, if you come to see my play, right? And I have, let's say, 350 people in a theater, like a medium-sized theater. And I got people in that theater from all over the place, like all different backgrounds and, you know, all different ages, and people who believe in different things and love different types of people, and all kinds of different believing, feeling kinds of people. And I create a beautiful story that resonates with everybody. And then I do a Q&A afterwards, and we could talk about it. And then let's say the story is about racism, white supremacy, privilege, gentrification, climate change, homophobia, immigration, you know, whatever. I mean, how awesome is that all of these people from all different walks of life can now engage in a conversation because we just experienced this beautiful story together. You know, the thing is about art, I consider art to be, or my art, my intention is always to be somewhat disruptive, you know, disruptive of the day-to-day, disruptive of the easy, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have this great, and I'm going to use the word again, I feel like I have this incredible opportunity, right, to take difficult things, you know, to take things that are not easy for people to generally deal with or talk about, and turn them into something beautiful. You know, like, I have a play called Brooklyn Quartet, you know. I created characters that I hoped every person in the audience would see a piece of themselves in each character, you know, that they would actually fall in love with all these characters. But the story was not easy, even though it was a love story, you know what I mean? It was a love story. but it was about difficult things. And you know, I'm telling you, after every Q&A after those performances, and I do Q&As after all my shows, we had the most profound, meaningful, you know, complicated conversations in the theater after each show, which was like humbling for me because that was my intention. You know what I mean? I can't even imagine doing a show for people and intending for it to mean nothing, intending for people to feel nothing, to just sit there. Like, you could come to a place like this if that's what you want. You know what I mean? Although, you know what? You can't even come to a place like this because here you can't help but feel something because it is so magnificently beautiful. I mean, why do people go to the theater? You know, why do people go to museums? Why do people listen to music? Because they want to feel something. You know, they don't want to just have the same old thing going on in their life. You know, art enhances people's lives. It makes things better. It raises the bar. I said it before and I'm saying it again. At least that's my opinion. So anyway, I'm sorry I keep changing the my ND filter here because the sun is like playing tricks on me here. I'm trying to find some shade. So anyway, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, in my opinion, art should mean something. When you know, you should want to tell a story and there should be some kind of meaning to that story. There should be something human about that story, and there should be something that is about everybody, you know, relatable to everyone. You know, I'm a solo theater artist mainly. You know, I do a lot of different things, but my main work is solo theater, and I have done a lot of memoir type work, you know, stories about my personal life. And I also believe you shouldn't really tell stories that you don't know. Like, you should only tell stories about things that you know about. That's how I feel, you know? And so, even though the stories have been about my life, I realized after a few years actually working on my first play, which was Broke Wide Open, I realized that the minute that became a good play is when this story that was all about me was no longer all about me. And it happened when I was in London. This kid walked up to me after the play, after a performance, and he said to me, "Yo, your grandmother is exactly the same as my grandmother." And I'm like, "Really? Where are you from?" He goes, "Nigeria." And I'm like, "Yo, my Jewish grandmother from the Bronx is exactly like your grandmother from Nigeria? Exactly the same. Your family is my family. Exactly the same. Your life is my life." And I was like, wow. Like, that gave me everything. And I realized that's why I write, that's why I perform, you know, to bring us together, you know, to make us feel like we're all in this thing, you know, sharing this world, you know, that we're all here for one another, with one another, whether we like it or not. And so anyway, that's what was on my mind. I feel like, yeah, art should be about something always. And that's just how I feel. And that's why I have often called myself a disruptive artist, because I'm not going to do work, at least without an intention to make you feel something, you know, to make you think about something that you might not have thought about in the way that you're thinking about it now. You know, I'm trying to disrupt your norm, disrupt your day-to-day, make you, you know, expand a little bit and realize that, yo, it ain't about you. Just like I realized that my work was best when it was not all about me, even if the story was my life story. And I think that's the way we should live in this world, you know, to realize that it ain't all about you. It ain't all about me. It's about all of us together. And so if you're an artist, take that opportunity, make something meaningful, make something to move people, make something so that people feel more than they're feeling in the whatever cycle that they're in, or whatever, you know, day-to-day activities that they're used to, that they've created, their patterns. Get them out of that pattern, give them something beautiful, turn it into flowers, you know, turn it into landscape, turn it into Mount Everest, you know, turn it into something magnificent. But work in all the meaningful stuff too, the hard stuff, the stuff that's tough to talk about. That's everything. I think as an artist, that right there is everything. So anyway, thanks for watching. In case you're interested, I'm using the Sony a6400 camera. Right now I'm using the Sony 18-105 f4 lens, which is heavy as anything, and I'm getting a good workout with my shoulder here, holding this camera up in the air. I mean, it's not that heavy, but holding it for this long, it could get kind of heavy. And so anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. I'll be back soon. All right, peace.